The last 2 years has just been information gathering, having as many cups of coffee with people that will talk to me as possible, and I've gotten a tremendous amount of insight and input from all kinds of people, from teachers at the school to folks that work in the mill to guides and folks that work in the hospital, the healthcare centers, and that has all shaped the decisions that we've made up to this point and the decisions that we're making today to open up hunting. National recreation areas, you can legislate for hunting and snowmobiling, and so you can provide that and make it last into perpetuity. And so once we figured that out, we thought, okay, the next step is to actually do it. And the more we can make this look like a national park and look like a national recreation area, then the farther along we'll be. This is Sandbank Stream right over the bank, and some incredible trout fishing back in there. And this whole water system, or stream system, is used a lot. It's native brook trout habitat, and so if you're coming back in here to hunt and fish, this is one of the spots that people use. This is the second campsite that we've refurbished, and we put now a handful of picnic tables. I think 5 or 6 picnic tables. This is the first vault toilet because we wanted just to test it to see how it works. Sportsmen are very important to conservation, and the more people that can get out into the woods the more people are going to respect it and want to protect it.
A cool thing for a forester is when you look at a stump like this, right, my reaction immediately was, how did he cut this tree? Right? He didn't come from the road. It's like, wow, he came in and cut this tree and did no damage around here. That's a guy that's careful.
We're in an area that is jam-packed with spectacular natural resources that people can visit and use. We're home to Maine's probably most famous watchable wildlife animals, moose aplenty, bald eagles, loons, all kinds of things that you can see on a daily basis in those areas that people from the rest of the world are incredibly excited about coming to see.
What we'll really see that is, I think, a bit taken for granted but incredibly special and unique to this region is miles and miles of uninterrupted forest. To be able to have some of that set up for visitation is pretty exciting and certainly national park worthy. And then the rivers. We have 3 incredibly majestic rivers, the East Branch of the Penobscot, the Wasatacook, and the Sebois Rivers. And then, of course, the views into Baxter. I think anyone that lives on this side, on the east side of Baxter State Park, in Patton or Shin Pond, would say their view of Katahdin is the very best in the state, and I totally agree with that.
Successful development of a national park, again, at the size and scale that EPI has proposed, in the location that it's proposed, would be a transformational catalyzing event for the Katahdin region. If it drove 100,000 new people a year to the area, it would virtually double the tourism business that Millinocket sees now, and the tourism business is carrying that town in the summer, and it's carrying that town in the heart of winter. Were it not for tourism traffic in that community, what has become a much smaller community than it used to be would be practically non-existent.
My mom couldn't be in a million places at once, and it was really just her putting out this idea. We had some missteps along the way, did things that I think probably cost us a little bit of trust in the region. I look at it more through the lens of someone like Teddy Roosevelt, who feels like mankind should be able to go out into nature and be able to be a part of it. We do have the same passion for protecting this landscape and making it available for as many Americans and visitors from other countries as possible.